All right, I'm recording. I'm recording live. Because I don't want to fucking walk over to my goddamn computer right now and type all this out. I'm just gonna fucking tell you right now. The fucking today's sermon. It's on viruses. All right, I'm gonna tell you about how to fucking cure a virus. Because like, what the hell is? No, that's the light reflecting on my mustache. I'm gonna tell you because it's um yeah. I'm like, well, how the fuck have we not cured the goddamn fucking cold virus? Fucking all these thousands of years. Let me fucking get on the team there, whoever's fucking leading that research, and I'll fucking have it solved for you in 10 minutes. And then I was just thinking about it. I was like, well, what makes a fucking virus fucking so difficult? And I was like, well, I think it's because it's like, um, mm, it's like masks itself as a normal process for the most part, so that like, um, it's not attacked that way. It causes symptoms, and the symptoms are attacked, but the immune system doesn't go right to the fucking cause because it wants to think that's normal. But I think if it actually investigated that, it would uh, it would find that as the fucking problem. It's kind of like a normal social situation with a government doing national security, um, where really, like, they don't find the terrorists because they don't want to invade someone's privacy, to like investigate all the stuff that they need to if they were a terrorist, and so they don't normally do that. But if they did do that to everyone, it's because it would be a problem for the innocent people, the people who aren't terrorists. That would be really problematic for all of us. Which I'll tell you on personal experience, it is very problematic. Which is why I need to fucking destroy the goddamn USA if they're not going to stop, because I can't get any work done until that happens. Um, and all this, yeah, no, this is like this is work done, but this isn't my job. No, this is just what I'm doing to pass the time to be productive, so that while I solve this problem, I'm still making progress professionally. Um, Anyway, so that's like what it is. Like the fucking immune system is respecting the privacy of your body's cells, and so the viruses can like stay hidden for longer than I think a normal bacteria, which is more easily identified as like foreign, like a foreign organism that shouldn't be there. Um, so, um, and then I got to thinking, I was like, it's kind of like a, it's kind of like a spy in a government. A virus is like a spy in a government, but not really a spy. I was like, a better example would be like a virus is like a Jew in the government, a bad Jew, not all Jews. I don't think Bernie Sanders is a bad Jew. I think he's a good one. So not like Bernie Sanders, but like like the worst case scenario one that makes all of them look bad, uh, kind of one. So this was like the thing. He gets employed in the government. He starts working at the Pentagon. It's a pretty like respectable position. He's been trusted. You got no reason to really suspect him of doing anything wrong. He doesn't even think he's doing anything wrong. Is like going around normal business. You even like look through the normal audit inspection and stuff. Everything looks fine. Doesn't appear to be doing anything wrong. But then like hold on, let's still something ain't right. Let's get some authorization to peel back this private layer of life, see what's going on inside this guy's behind this curtain, behind this privacy that we respect all our neighbors to have, which is why we are not why you're allowed to have home protection, home security. As a citizen, you can bear a gun in your own domestic household because we respect your privacy, each of us as neighbors. That's why I'm comfortable with you all having guns. Because, yeah, sure, absolutely. Protect your privacy. We do not want the government in there either. If they need to go in there, we'll let them in, but they shouldn't be trying to go in there without a fucking reason, um, or able to explain themselves or being rude about it. Um, because they should respect the privacy too, because they want theirs. I would think. This fucking goddamn fucking White House cabinet. I'm sure those private people think about how much fucking bitching Trump did about his fucking taxes of all things. Like holy shit, man. Like you want that privacy. And think about how much fucking privacy you invaded of everyone else. Like fucking don't even get me started about that, dude. Anyway, so let's talk about this like imaginary fictional Jew. I'm a bad Jew, villain of like a storybook villain. You know, a villain could be a fucking Christian, a Satanist, a fucking Muslim, a fucking Buddhist, a goddamn whatever. It happens to be coincidentally storybook villain is a Jew. All right, they've been out there. Um, okay, everything seems to be going fine. Working in the Pentagon. Where was it? Yeah, and then okay, then you look at his private life. See that really just normal, upstanding citizen doesn't have any, isn't doing any drugs, doesn't have any fucking black market connections, isn't doing anything illegal that you would be concerned about from anyone else. Um, but then you see he's also like a high-ranking member in some religious fraternity of Israel. And like, what exactly is this? By the way, I've never heard of this organization, the Knights of Abraham. Um, he says you're a fucking a high paladin of the fucking Knights of Abraham. What is that? I don't know. That sounds pretty cool. Is that like a Jewish thing? It's like, oh yeah, actually, it's like it's really cool. Yeah, I've been in there ever since I was like, 8 years old. We started. We just like take the Torah very seriously and try and uh, you know embody it as much as we can, and make the world a better place for Jews. Huh. All right. Well, cool. Anyway, you looks all good. Sorry for taking up your time here. You just I had to look because there's something going on here. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna find it though eventually. But yeah. So sorry for the inconvenience, but thanks. Have a nice day. Um, our interview's over. And then you start looking at it like, still thinking about like, the world a better place for Jews. All right. Well, what exactly does it mean to be a Jew? Does that if the world's better for Jews, is that going to have any impact on everyone else? Oh, as a matter of fact, that's going to be bad for everyone else. You see where I'm going with this? That's kind of like what that is. Like, that person's not technically like a bad person, but they are technically hostile to the United States. If they are bringing that into their work, is which that's they should. It's not a problem if they are Jews working there, but if that's like if they're like actively trying to like fucking do their Judaism in the government, then no, fuck no. Christians shouldn't be doing that either, and they're the ones who are fucking that up. And that's why I got into this topic, and I was like, I need to write the Siri. Can you record this? I'll just do a video. All right. And so here I am doing a video. Oh, right. Back to the virus. I'll get to that other part later. Back to the virus. So to cure the virus, I'm like, so that's like kind of what it is. It's like masking hidden, so your immune system can't find it because it doesn't really know what to look for and how to address that kind of problem, since it seems to be like appropriate there, even though there's all these symptoms all around it. Like you would think, like if we just got rid of that, all those symptoms would go away. But there's no, I don't know. The body is operating like a system in this way. So it's not like consciously making decisions. It's more like a machine, um, like functioning, not like the way our consciousness is as a body. That's like there's too much to happen inside the body for us to really be conscious of all of that and direct it. Um, so we just let that go. Um, so I was like thinking about Osmosis Jones, and I was like, how the hell am I going to get better? And I'm like, sodas or fluids? I'm, that's at least at least having that. And I was like, well, maybe at least it's not beer. Maybe I should try beer actually. I haven't tried that before. If it's like what's the worst that could happen? Kill me, or I'll get better. And as far as I'm concerned, either of those are an improvement to the situation. So I ordered some menudo, and then I tried to order some Dos Equis, but I don't know. I guess they don't fucking import it all the way up here. Maybe I haven't tried to buy it before in a while. Because they didn't have it, so I was like, God damn it, DoorDash, what the hell? I'll just walk down to the store. So I walked down to the store, and I was like, oh, they don't even have it here at all. Um, mm, what's that? Anyway, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? Oh, Dos Equis. I don't have much time. Fucking Menudo's on its way. And then a cute girl walked by. She kind of like gave me a peripheral glance, and I like totally got distracted. And I looked at her, and then she stopped to look at some wine, and saw me looking at her, and then I made up my decision right then to get to the what's it called? Cantaritos, which is like a singing burrito, which is, yeah, it's like jarritos, but it's alcohol. Do you know they make that? I didn't know they made that, but I got that. Um, and I was like, oh man, it's not soda, it's not beer, but it's hard soda. That's like the missing link, I think, between curing a virus and not having soda or not having beer, but having both in one type of thing, sort of. Um, no, I didn't talk to the girl. We just went our separate ways. But there was a guy who was in front of me who was from Togo, and he was making some kind of dinner with meat and peanut sauce. And it reminded me of that time I went over to Francis' place. Um, he had me over for dinner when his wife made a meal with peanut sauce. It was very super good. I haven't ever had that food before, or again. Now that I think about it, closest thing I can think of is like the spring rolls that Vietnam has. When you dip those in that kind of like peanut sauce there. It just reminded me of that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still look. If you're watching this, Francis, Lisa, I'm still fucking serious. We're gonna fucking go back to fucking god damn it, Zimbabwe. Fucking improve the situation. They're high up on the list. Right now, Malawi is first on the list of getting rid of any crime that might be there, or corruption or whatever, and just making it right. It's we're not gonna fucking damn fucking start the USA over there. No, I just gotta fucking give them the good word, so that all the criminals realize, oh, yeah, we should actually let them do that. That's better for our business if we let the good guys run everything the way it's supposed to. That's basically what needs to. Hey, so if you're watching, anyone, if that makes sense in the government, please take that to heart. Um, that's one way to put it. Like, seriously, I'm trying to find so many different ways to fucking make you understand. Like I don't need to resort to violence, because you eventually will realize that you are causing your own problems yourself. You are not making anything better for yourself or anyone else. And either everyone else is going to get so mad at you that they're going to do violence against you and stop you, or you're going to realize that you want to stop making things more miserable for yourself, and we'll just stop. We'll start being good. We'll listen to what I'm advising you and do what you know you need to do. So that's maybe that'll help. Yeah, let the good guys run that, because the government needs to, in the USA, needs to maintain an equilibrium. It does not need to be switching one way or another. It does not. It is not a party system. It should not be like that. No, you need something else outside of the government that is a party system, and that you do that with media is how that should work. But the media shouldn't be in the government. No, not at all. Government is fucking boring. Media is fun. Do not mix those, or media is just going to be less fun, and government's going to be less responsible, and they need to be responsible. Have you ever heard the term criminally irresponsible? That means it's a crime to be irresponsible, to not do what you're supposed to do, to not know what you're supposed to do, to be immature when you're supposed to be mature. There are places where that is in fact a crime. Places like the government, when you're hired for a job, trusted with people's lives to be responsible. So you people are all fucked up in there, and you need to stop and fucking turn yourselves in and let some responsible people run things from now on. Anyway, the virus. Okay, back to the jarritos cantaritos, singing burritos. The Right. So this is my theory. How to cure the common cold. You need some alcohol. You know, drink some booze. Not a lot of booze. You don't want to get drunk, but you want to drink just enough alcohol to start your body's detoxification process to purge all the alcohol toxins. Just enough to get that going. And that should start a kind of like purification on a base level of biology that will affect the virus as well as everything else. Okay, so whether or not alcohol does that, you might be able to find some kind of medicine that does that. You need a kind of medicine that has that it can be trusted with access to the DNA uh, access. It needs to have DNA access, not to change DNA, but it has to be like, because DNA is in everything. That's like the code that goes into everything. That's like ultimate unlocking ability to every organ, cell, organ, bodily system. You need something like that to go into everywhere that it needs to go to cure. So that doesn't really make sense. How do I say? Something to like, you probably need to make yourself a little bit sicker in a different way, is what I'm saying. You need to have a toxin. A toxin will get rid of a virus. So it doesn't have to be alcohol. You could probably manufacture a certain kind of toxin that is like specifically like perfect, that a fucking organic chemist could fucking identify and solve or something, invent whatever with their fucking expertise or whatever. Yeah, that would be perfect for that. Not put the body in any like real danger, but also like fucking kick it into gear to start cleansing toxins from every single system in the body. Because then once that gets in the blood, it goes to everything. It goes to every part of your body. It's in the blood. So if you got a toxin in the blood, the fucking cure is going to go all the way through your blood too. And go to everything. So that's how you cure the common cold. So hop to it. No, it's all right. No need to thank me. I need to fucking give me any money or whatever. I'm just, anyone would do this if you fucking knew how. For some reason, you don't know how, so. And you want to know why you don't know how? Because you're so fucking busy thinking about fucking each other. For shame. For shame. How dare you? You're supposed to be over that by now. I'm not saying it's not a good thing. Yeah, I was actually just trying to get in contact with, Taylor Swift. If you're watching this, fucking contact me. All right. It's like I was saying in the spirit realm. Um, get with Emma Watson when she comes over, um, because I want to uh, save you before it's too late. Because let's face it, you're fucking you're fucked up by doing what you're doing without really knowing what you're doing. And I don't want you to be condemned to hell for all eternity in like the worst way possible, just because you've been being like a goddamn fucking airhead, a fucking dumb blonde, making some fucking stupid mistakes. And you need to fucking come see me and let me fucking put that into fucking blonde terms for you, because I can do that. And one of my best friends is blonde. Two of my best friends are blonde, actually. Now that I think about it. Not maidens, but anyway. Where's my other best friend? I was dreaming about him, and so then I contacted her on the phone. I wonder where he's at. If you're listening to him, we need to fucking start fucking battling again. Hopefully you're ready to leave that goddamn cave like Noctis in Final Fantasy 15. I feel like that's where you've been all these past few years. I've been able to get in contact with you. You're out fucking doing the alchemical process that you need to do. He's got red hair though. I'm the dark-haired friend. There was something else though. Something else. Cure for the virus. Government equilibrium. I guess I could talk about that too. Yeah, like, because all the problems in Europe over the past few centuries or so were like, um, basically party problems. One side being like, oh, well, I'm the emperor, and we're gonna do things this way from now on because I'm the emperor, and then someone else would be like, no, I'm the emperor, and we're gonna do things this way from now on, and then they'd fight a war, and then like more kings would rise and be like, but it's going to be this way, and we're all going to do things this way now because I'm king and now I'm making the rules. And it's like, no, 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 no. Just fucking stop, you people. Stop. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. We need that government. Not like because the king is kind of like in charge of the government, but we need the government to maintain the equilibrium. And here's why. Every single nation, no matter what party you're in, has the same basic needs: food, water, energy, utilities. That all needs to be done. Everyone should be able to agree on that being done. So keep all your like private interests, all your party interests, all your religious interests, all your cultural interests, ethnical, national. Keep all those interests out of the lowest level of government that everyone can agree that they need as important, cannot do without. And then let someone else handle that and do not interfere. A third party without any interests doing that. But they need to be, that third party needs to be charitable. That needs to be good. You don't want that to be a profit organization. You need that to be minimal profit. Not to make money. They're not doing that to make money. They're doing that just to like keep a functioning, facilitate it, do maintenance, ensure like problems are solved, that it stays up to date, continues to improve with new technology, with new laws, with new fucking procedures, taxes, whatever the fuck the government decides is important to maintain the peace. They do that, keep that in their fucking system, but don't interfere with what they're doing. That like if the government needs to fucking or the nation needs to fucking do something to affect that, um, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. Waywalker Industries. That's what it does, pretty much. It could be anything, but that Waywalker Industries basically is something like that. So yeah, you could hire me to do it and fucking just um, contract with me and fucking I don't know, give me a loan or something or a grant, and I'll fucking go. I'll go hire the people. Fucking just put some people up too. If you think you have someone you want to work for me, it's fine. Work with me if it's easier. If it doesn't fucking chafe your ego too much, or if it does chafe your ego too much, to be working for someone, you rather work with them. You can do that. But yeah, then they will do all that basic needs stuff for everyone, and then you just don't worry about it. Do not worry about it. All the other stuff though, like the fucking fame, the popularity, the freaking luxuries, the freaking spectacles, the shows of military power, all that stuff. Have at it. Go nuts. Go crazy. I won't even be concerned with that. I'm not going to be causing you problems, even if I think I could fucking change it, or if I think it could be better, or I want it. No, I'm not even going to be fucking involved in that. Just, I've got my hands full doing all basic needs stuff. So just do that, and then everyone will be happy if you do that. But there won't be a reason to fight, is what I'm saying. There'll be reasons to fight, but nothing to like really fight over. Nobody will ever feel like it's a battle of survival. It'll always be just a battle of um, of who's best, which is a healthy kind of battle to have. Keeps things interesting. So there's another opportunity for you. Um, I mean, that's the plan. Whether you hire me, whether you choose to work with me or not, that's what Waywalker Industries is going to do, intergalactically, for the interests of all species, so that the war doesn't break out. Because, fuck, man, that's a serious goddamn concern. Think about, think about what just like when fucking Spain went to fucking Mexico, to the New World, the Mayan lands over there. Think about that fucking disaster. All the fucking violence, bloodshed, slavery, the horrors that happened because Spain thought they knew the way it needed to be, or the white man knew the way it needed to be, and weren't going to even listen to the indigenous cultures. And if they weren't going to listen, they were going to use violence to fucking change them. They wouldn't respect their ways. That kind of thing will happen again to another planet if you are not prepared now to stop it. You need to like start making it a part of culture to integrate the values that would prevent that kind of thing from happening generations in advance. And then like I'm not talking about anything a lot. I'm talking just like a light, easy thing, just a cultural value to be talked about, mentioned. It's not even going to be relevant in most people's lives. Generations will go by, and then the next thing you know, the situation will come, and it'll be like DNA knowledge. It'll be like instinctual knowledge, that like ancestral knowledge in their genes, like what to do when they're faced with situations that have never happened before. That's why a lot of people are running into trouble now with the goddamn Christian apocalypse. Think about how months, 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 millenniums, centuries went by, and like the situation hasn't changed. The answer hasn't changed. The problem hasn't changed. It's all been the same. The only thing that's different is the solution, because of how we can do the solution now with technology. Because, I mean, you got to like fucking talk to, think about how much needs to change, how much you got to talk to, how much you got to do. If you're going to step up and you're going to be the fucking Jesus, the Lord Christ Almighty, fucking Savior back from the dead, and just going to like single handedly fucking change the entire world yourself just by like shouting people down, commanding orders, teaching wisdom, fucking just by telling people what to do. The word. If you're going to be doing that, think about what you got to do. You got to like fucking reach everyone. How are you going to fucking talk to the king? How are you going to get the media, the businesses, the hermit all the way out there in the fucking mountains? How are you going to talk to that nation over there? You don't even speak their language. How do you... Oh, shit, man. I don't even know what I need to know if I'm going to do that. I got to fucking learn their culture, learn their history, learn what's important, why they're mad about this. Why... Like, fuck, man, that's so much. How am I even going to get books? I couldn't get any fucking learning now anyway, even if I wanted to, let alone the best learning that I need to learn all that fast. Like, I couldn't do that in my entire life if I wanted to, says someone in like the fucking 12th century, 1100s. You know, like, I guess we'll just fucking have faith in them. We'll just believe, hope for the future. Someday things will be different and we'll be able to do this. There'll be enough people who believe this, who know what needs to happen, and they'll make it happen, or like the society will have enough technology that one person will be able to do that, and it won't be that much of a problem. Like he'll probably be able to just lay down on a sofa like this, look into the fucking tablet on his hand, and be like, "Listen to my word. Let there be light, and save yourself and anyone else you can. And if you do that, then also save the universe. But if you can save the universe, and it's more of a concern at that moment, because the universe is all at stake because of something you could do, than your own life or someone else, then make sure you do the universe. Even if you have to die, because that's just necessary. That's the good thing to do. That saves yourself too. Oh, if you don't save the universe, then well, you're gonna fucking kill yourself anyway. If the universe is destroyed. And also do good, and good is loved, evil is rejected, reviled. Do good, reject evil. That's... I mean, if you didn't already know that, you can go ahead and hold out your hand, and then slap it with your other hand. Tell yourself no, and be like, you're supposed to know that, and then start knowing it from now on. Well, yeah, so like back then, like all the people like couldn't really do that. So there was like kind of this, like, there's a scientific term for it called adapted helplessness that has been identified with cruel experiments done to animals. Um, but kind of like humanity in general has sort of like inherited that trait of not being able to do anything about saving the world because of how big the world is, how complicated it is, how many people there are, and the limitations of the human body um, in nature. Like, most people are just like, well, there's nothing I can do. Might as well find. Well, the correct answer is might as well do what I can here if I can't do all of that. But I think that idea of not being able to do it has become a sort of like inherited belief that people have. And so if they give into that now, and they think like, they just automatically think there's this, it's more than they can do, it's impossible, can't be done, they're making a big mistake because it can be done now. Look at what, like, did you get that fucking message from before? Like, here I am, the tablet, I got my phone in my hand, I'm talking, it's going to go on the internet here soon. And I don't know, you could look that up anywhere as far as I know. I mean, maybe some nations have restrictions on the information, but they've probably got government agents watching that. And maybe they'll be like, yeah, this is okay, we can give this to our people, or at least translate it into whatever language we need to, so they're and phrase it in terms that is applicable to our government and our situation, but that's fine also. But yeah, all over the world. Boom, done. And it's as if you're like right here in my own living room, up close and personal with me. You're seeing me. Maybe this will do it. Most people, I think, the problem is they want to think things about me, but they've never met me before. They've never fucking like come meet me in person. Look me in the eyes. Tell me your name. I'll tell you my name, and we'll maybe talk about something. And you will have probably a different view from me than whatever it was you thought before. Because the way things are going now, the way the fucking government has been treating me, like the way it's fucking some freaking people in dark. I don't know who they are. Probably like I want to say it's like Taylor Swift and Emma Watson but I mean I don't fucking know. Like it's just they're like people like with that much I don't know popularity, fame, power, social power, money, media influence. Fuck if I know. I don't know who it is. There's like people out there who are like trying to remain hidden because they don't want me to their media influence to be react to my charisma. Maybe. Do I have charisma? That's a fucking strange thing to think of because I don't know why that charisma. I'm not really, because you haven't noticed, I'm not really much of a people person. So, kind of weird to think I have charisma, but I think that's what it would be that they're afraid of. But there's no reason to be afraid of that. You're not in any danger. You're not going to lose any of your fucking popularity, friends, support, or whatever. Like because I'm not going to fucking take any of that. I'm not going to try and do any of that stuff. I want to keep doing what I'm doing right now. Except no longer sick. And I already feel much healthier now. So I think maybe either that alcohol, that little bit of alcohol that I had to start the detox process is either helping, either that or you're just like doing some miraculous healing to me right now through the video. I think that's probably what it is. Because it's making a big difference. Is there anything else you want to know? Anything else I should tell you? Any other questions you have? Taylor Swift, are you interested in running for president? For the hair party? Is that what it was? You want to do the hair party? Be the president? I'm not gonna be in the cabinet, but I will be your political advisor if you want. You'll have to contract me though, as a third party. I'm not gonna be a government employee, but I will be a contractor. That'll be acceptable for me. I'm not gonna be doing any kind of secret shady stuff. I'll be publicly advising for the most part. I mean, I'll advise you in private, but like I'm not going to do anything shady if the public is like fucking suspicious of like any kind of like they're like what kind of magic mind spells is he doing on you? Like who knows this guy? He's fucking they think I don't know. People think some crazy shit out there and they're in the fucking government. Like what the fuck the government has been trying to what they think I'm capable of doing. It's like god damn people. I'm a fucking regular man. You think I'm gonna like fucking straight up like do some goddamn psionic mind flayer Cthulhu magic on you? Holy hell. You really have some fucking issues if that's what you think. Like I mean serious paranoia issues if you think there's people out there who can do that. Seriously, biology, human anatomy, the potentials and limits of the human body. That should tell you all you need to know about that kind of like magical power and stuff. The imagination, on the other hand, there's no limits to what the imagination can do, but that's not going to like, that's not anything you need to be worried about. Because the imagination is not real. It's all imaginary. It's safe up there in the imaginary world, no matter what it is. Some things can be made into the real world, but like that's not as easy as just wanting it to happen. If you imagine something like a new invention or something, like yeah, let's say you imagine you want indoor plumbing in all your fucking houses in Rome. Well, yeah. I mean, if we just diverted the water flow in here and made it into some kind of like system of, fluid dynamics to flow through, yeah, we could do this. We could put a valve. We could put a gate here to stop the water and then open it to fill up this tub, heat it, move it into this tub, and have a hot bath at any time. But we're going to have to divert water from all the way over there. This is going to take some work. Taking things out from the imagination, putting them into real life, there's a lot more to it than just wishful thinking. So you don't need to worry about stuff like that. Also, I don't have any fucking super magic powers just because I'm the fucking goddamn one. And also, Maiden, you lovely Maiden, who's going to be my one and only special someone. I thought I had met her before, but she and I are going separate ways. She's gonna fucking, I don't know. She's not. Oh, she didn't. No, she's not the one. Doesn't want to be, I guess. Wants to do things the normal way, not the fucking crazy cool way of excitement, adventure, road less traveled. The way they tell you not to go, but there's really no reason why you shouldn't go. There's no rule to not have you go that way. There's no law against it. It's not evil or anything. But they do say you shouldn't go there because this is the right way over this way, the proper way that most people do for a reason. And there's a reason why most people don't go that way, even if they don't know what that is. It's hard, dangerous, high risk. But if you make it, it's definitely worth it. So if you are going to be that one, you and I, one body. See what I'm saying? Are you real? Are you true? Are you as true as I am? Because I know I'm true. I know I'm the real one. Are you the real one? Ye maiden. Now, I'm not sure how that works if I have multiple wives. I'm going to say yes. If there's multiple maidens that are the real true ones, I suppose we could all get married and be one body that way. One spirit. One person. One. That's what marriage is. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. That's why I wrote that other page to fucking differentiate between, what did I call it? Sacred marriage and union marriage, or per marriage. Per marriage and marriage. One of them is permanent. You become one person. You still have you're still individual people, but you become one soul. That's like what that marriage is all about, and that's why you need a priest to summon the godly powers, because the priest is someone you trust with that authority for a long, complex reason of tradition and history and things they've done with their lives to be that. Like you don't just have some random person. I could tell you, you've had the sacred blessing of forgiveness when you have no idea who that is. They could just be making something up. You don't know what life they've had. Maybe they could forgive you. You don't know that either. It's possible. But you go to a priest if you can, because that is the one who you trust to do that for certain. And things like this, You don't allow any sort of risk or doubt or any sort of compromise like that. If you can have the certainty, you have the certainty. Even if it's harder to do, if you have to jump through some hoops, if you have to freaking get baptized and freaking go to freaking classes for a goddamn year just to get baptized and then confirmed so that you know what the hell you're getting into. You don't just get baptized overnight and freaking call it good. No, you have to fucking know you're taking on a heavy responsibility by doing that. You're getting some blood on your hands. And you're gonna have to pay for it. It's forgiven, but you still have to carry that cross. And you still have to be crucified and die on it. And present, you'll be resurrected, so it's not all bad. Probably worth it. We can get into that later. I don't think that's worth it. I think all that Christianity stuff, that's freaking more trouble than it's worth. You don't need that. You can just distill that into the basic wisdom that's necessary and eliminate the entire religion. That religion is far too confusing, misleading, and difficult for people to understand than it is helpful in enlightening people. So I think we need to just do away with it, to be honest with you. I'm not saying it's necessarily evil in principle or anything. Like, the people who practice it aren't being stained by evil for practicing it. But it is more work than we need to be doing, because there's other stuff we should be concerned with than the understanding the Christian concepts. The charity, we could just do the charity without all the Christianity. Like, that would be way more efficient. You could reward it too. You can even give a nation that would give, like, recognize charities, honor them in some ways. That would probably be more helpful. What do you do now? Nothing. Tax them, find ways to fucking make shit more difficult, try and profit everything they're doing, put more burdens on them. You fucking use them as some kind of, like, fucking scapegoat for all your sins and problems that affect all the poor that you put out of their homes. Go to the street. They're like, oh, well, there's shelters out there. They'll find a way. Fine. Fucking do this. We'll make more money this week. We're going to get a big bonus at the end of this month. Who cares about them over there? Like I said, there's charities, probably. You don't realize those are fucking packed. Filled lines out the door to those places. There are not enough. Their resources are thin, limited. And they've had problems with people, so that they have to have rules that make it even more difficult for people that are just like, fucking need some fucking help. They're like, God damn, I need some fucking help. I've got to be there at 7 in the morning, and only 7 in the morning? Like, I mean, I get if you open at 7 and it's good to be there early, but you're saying you won't accept people after 7. What the hell are you doing the rest of the day? Oh, well, the doctors like to have their afternoons off. Well, like I told the fucking cute sounding nice nurse on the phone, you need to fucking crack a whip on those doctors and get them to fucking start doing their jobs. All right? Fucking, they want their afternoon time. Fucking kidding me? Don't be a damn doctor if that's what you think. You think you're not going to be able to help people because you want to fucking lounge. God damn. Holy hell, man. You should have been wanting to fucking work. You should be fucking, that should be your fucking food for your soul, because of the way your soul needs to be doing something for people. You want your afternoons off? You didn't become a doctor to help people, did you? You were just looking for money and something or prestige, or you wanted to fucking find a fucking cute girl who you could pay to, you could have all the money that she would feel safe to marry or something without even you needing to think about the kind of person you were. Damn people, man. Anyway, yeah, so the government needs to be more fucking need to like that. This whole idea that you're doing with media, with that you're worried about, well, like with fame and popularity, you're doing it the opposite way. You're trying to like cover up my reputation, trying to destroy my reputation, trying to fucking make me look bad, and uh, and trying to capitalize on that, trying to like inflate that, inflame that, corrupt that. You're trying to do all that instead of trying to do what is good. Like the government's power of popularity has a much bigger influence than I think they realize. Otherwise, they would have taken that fucking insurrection, which I do think is no, that's the appropriate word. Uh, that like, which I do think like is why they haven't taken that seriously. They don't realize the abuse of power that is of presidential authority. They don't realize that like you can't have that kind of irresponsibility in with the president who's going to fucking use mass media to like cause something like that to happen, even if it's a fucking accident, which I don't think it is. That is that's a problem. That's a much bigger problem than a lot of people have yet to realize, but they will realize it eventually. Oh, God. However, that kind of stuff could be used to honor like good people everywhere, charities, all kinds of stuff, making all that stuff, encouraging all that stuff for happening, making it happen. Like it's like celebrate them, be like, hey everyone, look at these cool people over here, look at what they're doing, awesome, cool, and we're gonna throw a party over there, and all right, keep up the good work. I'm gonna go fucking get a drink. And then they keep going doing whatever and are having fun celebrated because that's a concept. I know a lot of you people fucking think I'm fucking. It's a concept called honor. Honor is currency. In the Roman times, honor was political currency, not money. I mean, there was money. Money was involved. More important than money was honor. The senators had honor, and that is what had like brought them to power. The people who would be elected, who would rise up above everyone else, they accumulated honor in their daily lives with the things they did. They would go to war. That gains honor. They would maybe win a war. That gains honor. They would maybe do a heroic act, like sacrifice their own life to save others in battle. And that would be the highest honor someone could earn. There was a story about that. I think I saw it in a video lecture about how it's like just think about it as like a different culture because they definitely took it far to the extremes of that concept of honor, service, and duty being so important in life and civilization as like one of the values and virtues that you don't want to let slip. Um, but like yeah, there's like the stories they used to tell would be like kind of like provide examples of heroes who demonstrated values of honor that they thought were respectable. Um, but then yeah, eventually that would be like become well known. Their deeds would be well known, and that would be the currency that could bring Julius Caesar to Caesar, um, or Ambrose to Bishop of Rome, or Augustine of Hippo to Bishop of Rome. But that's the way. Oh yeah, it's kind of gotten a little bit. I think if media started fucking poking fun at that, and that's good, all healthy and fine. But then I think maybe it just ended up becoming people started abusing it, and then now all of a sudden people kind of like look at like the honor and chivalry and stuff like that as if it's like chauvinism or fucking um, um, chauvinism. That's the right word. Um, and or like silly or goofy or something. And like, you guys couldn't be further from the ding. Like, I mean, yeah, it is. It can be silly and goofy. It should be. That's called humility. If you can have like the fucking most hardcore freaking warrior on the battlefield, the fucking Genghis Khan out there, is not too fucking proud to freaking dance on stage during the party and or like laugh at a freaking good joke or poke fun at himself because he knows he had his fucking hair's all messed up or something, or he knows he fucking, I don't know, hasn't shaved in long enough or something. That's humility. That's humility right there. That kind of humor, being able to laugh when you're an honorable warrior and stuff like that. There's a time and a place for it, of course. You don't want to be doing it when you don't want to be joking around when you're like on the spot. But I mean, if you're going to leisure time, all that like power of violence doesn't count for anything when you're at home and you're in leisure for fun. You can't use that against your friends, against your family, against your neighbors. You can't hold that against them. You can't hold that above them. But you can laugh about it because it's real and it is funny. Yeah. That's why it's all the way out there and not allowed in our normal home, back home where we're trying to protect when we go out to war. That's why it goes out there, not here. Because it's, oh, well, it's like, what's the best way to put it? It's kind of like bragging about your you know what down in the fucking. It's kind of like bragging about that, being like, look how big my dong is. You can trust me. I ought to have this job because I got a big old dong. See this? Look at this thing. It's like fucking 17 straight up meters. That's how you know I'm smart. Got a big one down there. It does the thinking for me. Yeah. Look at all them girls. They love it. Don't have to do anything. That is really embarrassing. If you're like that in any way, even if you do have like a freaking big one, that is an embarrassment. You may not realize that because like at the moment, because of like you might be like surrounded by other people who are like on that like level of like low dignity. But like the best way to describe it is like if you could imagine like a court of angels or heaven and people who have gone to heaven, saints and commoners who were good and lived good lives and went to heaven without having to be saints. Imagine all them up there looking at you, doing that, talking about how good you are because of that. Mm-mm. No, 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 please don't. Please don't. You are embarrassing yourself. And it is funny, yes, but the joke is on you in a really like bad way, and you're going to feel bad about it later, probably. So that's kind of like what that's like if you're doing that with military. It's kind of bodily identified, because military is violence of war, of bodily violence. So um, that's why that's applicable in that sort of way, because it brings the attention of your identity down to your body, which is what is that's always embarrassing. Why? Because your body's never as good as the fucking perfect one, and there's a perfect one, not me. No, I know them though. Quite a few who are far closer to perfect. Um, Definitely not. I don't know. I just need to tell you that because um, I don't know. Maybe hmm, I don't know. I'm pretty ugly, but maybe some of you have some weird, perverse kind of interests into this kind of like grotesque sort of look that I've got going. Um, mm, so yeah, if you're in the, that's why you can't do that. That's why you should be humble, laugh, be willing to be goofy. If you fucking need to put on a dress because you're a big tough man, and like for whatever reason, that's going to make things better for everyone to keep the peace, dance around in a dress, playing Mrs. Doubtfire. Fucking do it. Doesn't make any mark on your masculinity, on your honor. That is actually a way to gain honor. If you're a warrior who does like the manly thing out there, back at home, if you can do the girly thing and not be manly, or and still like be a man, that's how you can use that to gain over here. That's one way to do it. Um, I suppose if you think you're a girly person, you could probably maybe convert that into war, or be in good use on the war front too. If you think you're kind of like that, you care too much here inside the home, maybe you ought to go out there. Fucking not lose that by the time you get back. But so honor is what I'm saying. Like there's not enough of that in the fucking government. The politicians, they don't have that anymore. They don't have that at all. How the fuck does that insurrection go on without anyone fucking talking about like the fucking disgrace that is criminally as a serious, real, like bankruptcy crisis? Like that real currency that we had, the USA had, the true currency of honor, gone. In the government, at least. That is a lot of power. That is no longer there. And I'm pretty sure they were using an economic system that was relying on that to stay functioning. And so now the economic system is crumbling. And that's like monetary power. And that's not going to be there for very long anyway, either. Please do something. I'm doing what I can. Please do whatever you can. I don't know what it is you can do. Surely you can fucking think of something. You can make a video on your phone. Tell people, and if not, you can fucking download this and share it. Or something. Yeah, I'll put a download link. All right, until then, Taylor Swift, you look me up, you call me, come over here, introduce yourself. We're going to get this sorted out. You can be president. I'll help you. You can run for president. I don't know if you can be. I'll have to vote for you. No vote for you. Well, I'm not going to vote. I'm not going to vote at all. But not since that what they've been doing to me personally, hell no. I'm never going to vote again in this godforsaken land. I will never trust them. A government at all. I've got no interest in them anymore. Getting to the point where I am now, like I am above all of that. I don't need to vote because I am of a dignity higher than all national authority. I'm a fucking religious leader, a religious king. Yeah, that's the level I'm on. I don't need a government. I'm not going to vote in it. I'm not going to participate in that. That's beneath me. Don't come up here. Not because I'm going to stop you, but because you will probably die. I didn't come up here by choice. However, I could help you though. I could like kind of point some things out with that kind of the kind of sight and things I see out there. Um, like, but I like get a feel for the crowd. Be like, hey, maybe you ought to like you talk about this. Say something about this. Yeah, if you think you can. I think they're kind of uncertain about that. It's kind of a what do you call that? Like something is something yeah bubbling in that area over there, the back. It's just it's sort of like it's like there's something maybe about to burst out of the water. Um, and I think it's this. So if you say this, that'll probably make that better. Maybe it'll be all right. Maybe you'll. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna work, but you'll see. You'll be able to see their reaction too. You probably have more experience with like interacting with the entire crowd all at once. Did you know I was at the Speak Now tour? I saw you in Dallas with my sister. An amazing show. I was up in the fucking nosebleeds. Anyway, I guess I'm done for now. I'm gonna go back to playing Coral Island. However, thank you very much for your healing, encouragement, and prayers and magic, because I definitely feel loads better. So, uh, yeah, I don't know. Are you fucking jealous, Emma Watson? Like, what the fuck? Neither of you fucking say a damn thing to me. I've never even met you. I don't even know who you are. What right? What reason do you have to be jealous? Just how about you fucking call me up too? Come over here. I want I want you to help me with this fucking Nine Shades One Darkness thing that I've got going. That's like magic in real life, practical, uh, in accordance with the laws of reality and nature and the physical universe. It's nothing like we're not. It's not like you know. It's not like the fantasies of a fiction story, but it is essentially magic. It's a way of self mastery, using spiritual energy to bring about the life you want, which is basically what you use. I mean, I think that's what you would use magic for. Any given moment, you would use magic to do whatever you want to do for your life or someone else's life or whatever. And it's like an unconventional, like instantaneous, super effective way to do that. Oh, excuse me. All right, I need to fucking stop talking, or I'm gonna get all. I don't know. Yeah, I think you'd be good to help me with that because I can sense that you got a lot of that with you. You got a lot of that going. I just know it. I just know. I can tell you've got a pure heart, the kind of pure heart that is magical, and magical powers because of how pure it is. So if any of you kids out there or adults out there want to like fucking start cultivating that for yourselves, you need a pure heart. I was talking about this also on the fucking stream, but I'll say it again now, since I'm right here and you might be watching all this, since maybe you can actually look at me and I'm telling you directly. Um, Pure heart is what's needed for magic and true love. So, mm, yeah, okay. So rewind that. Well, if you're talking about like bragging about how great your dangle dong is in satisfying a woman because of like that being like the ultimate, doing the ultimate thing for them. Like, no, it's not. It's not. It's something like that, like using it for your, you know what. to do something for their you know what when you're doing the diggity dango donkey dance or whatever. I don't know. I just sort of made that. That sounds kind of weird. Um, Sorry. The when you're getting it on, using your magic for that. If you got a really big one of those, like, yeah, you fucking can fucking use the really big, like, use it like it is. Sure, great, good for you. Have fun. Hope she's enjoying it too. Great, awesome, fantastic. Good God, you could do that too without needing your that for her body. You can make the experience like that too, using your the magic of your heart of true love, and that's what requires a pure heart. Because if you're going to have a pure heart, uh, you have to be true. You have to live it every single day in your most private self, your public life, everywhere you go. Sometimes you might make a mistake, that's fine, but you got to like fucking feel bad about it, be sorry for it, and then do your best to like make it better and then move on. You can't let those mistakes hold you back. And if you can't apologize for it, you can't move past it. It's always going to be there until you reconcile it with a forgiveness. Um, so, but that's a whole experience is kind of like mm, a that experience I'm talking about is only bodily. That's not all that true love is about. True love is like, but that's like the least most base form of it that the fucking big dong is can meet. It could do like that thing physically and reach the very bottom experience of what of true love because of what that can do without needing to have any sort of like like not needing to have much of any other qualities, unfortunately for everyone else who fucking has good qualities, um, because women tend to fucking ignore us entirely because we don't have fucking giant dongs. uh, anyway, that's not a problem for me. I don't fucking care. um, but you gotta like to do that, you need to be able to have like the pure heart that brings about the magic of true love, which is essentially the magic of Nine Shades of One Darkness, of the dark, um, and light in the dark. And anyway, don't worry about that. Um, which means you can't sin, you can't do evil, you can't do things that will like corrupt your integrity, your purity of self, who you are. You have to be true to yourself. No one can tell you how that is. No one can tell you what you need to do. You have to know who you are, how you have to like find yourself, understand yourself, and be yourself. That is not easy. That is very difficult to do. Oftentimes, you have to confront your worst fears, the most, the thing that you would most not want to do. You have to, things that you would refuse to accept are within you. You would have to find and accept and realize that is part of who you are, as much as you want to deny it. You have to find ways to get through that. You have to go through the fucking swamps of Yoda and meet your Darth Vader in the fucking goddamn darkness in the cave. Um, Essentially, that's how you keep your pure heart when you grow up and you mature and become an adult, a like true adult, no longer a child anymore. Um, but if you can do that, the thing that you need to do specifically, that's for that part, for true love. And so, maidens, you shouldn't be relying on the freaking thingle for that. By the way, you should not be, because there's other ways to bring that about using other parts of the body that not only men have, and we can use our words to do what is called a mind-blowing experience. But don't fucking make it gross, people. It's not about that. It's like what you call for your mind, though. What your body would experience, but it's like a mindgasm. That's what you can use words for. And then there's a third level past that, which is your spirit. This is something that you make happen with story and art, music, song, creativity. And you can create a spiritgasm, I guess you could call it. All expressions of true love. It could also be crude, sure, but the crude is not nearly as good as the true love, which is always the best. However, if you are going to bring that all the way down there, when you're doing that, you need to do what our good neighbors, the Jews, think is so important about circumcision. You need to be able to do, like, create that mental link between physical space and spiritual space with your faith. That's essentially what what they're so fucking think you need that for. You don't need that for that. I'm telling you, you don't. I don't. And this is how. I'm going to tell you how the other way. Story. You make the context of any situation. The depth you can drive that context. And that's why that's relevant for them too. It actually has nothing to do with that act, other than that act is identifying for them. But their story goes beyond that act. So that act is not even relevant. You could remove that and it would still not change the story at the beginning. That's what I'm trying to fucking tell them. And I think that's what we're going to do. I personally don't care, except that it's become a problem. What the fuck is this? Damn it, I touched the screen and it's... Oh, there's a box there. Anyway. I don't know what that is. Is that like a focus box? Okay, I'm just gonna... No, hold on. I don't know what the hell that is. Sorry. Context of the situation, story. So this requires you not only to be an adult. So I'm saying a child cannot do this. You don't need to worry about pedophilia with true love, because a child cannot do this. They need to be an adult first. And I mean, in the rarest cases, a child can be forced through maturity at a very young age, but that is usually a problem for another reason, because there's something terrible happened, and that's not the least of your concerns in that situation is a fucking happily ever after marriage. But so you need to be an adult in the sense that you know yourself truly and accept yourself truly and love yourself, and you need to know her or your partner, not necessarily a maiden. You need to know your partner truly, and then you have to know the world that you both live in and share, your environment, and not just the big picture. You need to know at least the big picture, how all of it works between man and woman, or yeah, whatever. I don't want to confuse this right now. Man and woman, and but either of you can be that. How's that? Anyone can be either one. It doesn't matter what biology you have. Those are the two roles. Please protect the gender roles. and identify whichever one you choose to. There's the natural one that we are identified with. If you want to be a different one, say so. Fucking fine. Great. I'm not going to try and stop you. I'll even respect you totally, all the way for it, if that's what you really believe. But please don't start fucking with it and like abusing that thing by trying to do something fucking contaminating the whole area so that they're not different anymore. Like you're going to fuck it up for all the people who are just normally accepting their normal situation. And you don't want to fuck it up for us because we're not changing. Just, you know, we're accommodating you. Please don't make it more difficult. It's not a problem. No, you don't even need to, you don't owe us anything. It's totally fine. But if you're like fucking, if you're using the accommodation that we have to try and attack the independent roles, then there is a big problem there. You do not want to do that, or you're going to be in trouble. We're going to stop you. There's going to be problems. So that's fine. Don't worry about that. Hopefully that's clear. You need to know man and woman, where they are in the world. What does that mean? When you get married, why do you even fucking care? Is survival? Is that all there is to it? You just need to fucking get some money from each other. You need someone to fucking go gather while you go hunt. You need someone to fucking sweep out the house and fucking wash the sheets while you fucking go I don't know, you can break rocks or something. Is there more to it than that? You're like participating in a community, aren't you? You have friends, you have social groups, you have organizations, jobs, all these different parts of your identity. These traits, these details of your personality that you have. All this, what is all that? How is all that important in who you both are? And you're like, well, if you're becoming one, how is all that going to change? How are you going to be able to help this other person and not really be expecting anything for yourself? But that other person's probably thinking about what they could probably do for you. I think would maybe happen. It's all right though. Even if they didn't, you would be good on your own because you are good on your own since you love yourself and you're good as you are. That just makes things better if you find someone else. But it's not necessary, I guess. So you have to know the world, yourselves, and then also your local situation to an extent. And then you have to have like kind of a good artistic, creative sense to be able to make a good story out of it all. That you can just like keep weaving day after day after day, moment after moment, endlessly. It like supercharges every single freaking thing. Makes every single amazing, all of it, every little detail. And then when that starts going on, there's like that's where there's like if there's any space, that space is bridged by all that power, magic. That's how that works. But that is not easy to do for yourself to accumulate that power. You have to be a good person, not evil. You can't be evil. And like I think the most problem people have with that is that I think they just don't understand what good and evil is. So if you think that's a problem, first define for yourself what is good and what is evil. And make sure that you are good. Because you shouldn't ever be evil. Evil is all the stuff that you reject and revile. Let's imagine you're one of those fucking really passionate Satanists who's been hurt and bullied by Christians ever since they were a kid, and they just fucking grew up and they're like, fucking, I'm gonna fucking stick it to them. I'm gonna fucking make them suffer. Them fucking super fucking passionate faith ones that are always so strong with their fucking faith armor and fucking word swords and I know just the thing. Okay, well, look, I know what you're saying, but you should also know that there's good ones out there that aren't the problem that you've probably encountered who are like not causing you any trouble. They actually are the kind of people you like. They're like you, in fact. They feel the same way. They just like have a different God, pretty much. And like they don't even see it as a problem with you that you have, because that's the way they see you too, and they're not trying to push themselves on you. They believe, like, if you wanted to know, they could probably tell you, but like it's not really a, they're just trying to be a good person the best they can, and they know they're probably pretty fucked up already. Um, but those ones are all right, and then there are some that are fucked up that truly were a problem for you. And so when you're deciding what's good or what's evil, fucking clarify, get specific about what that is different about the ones that are bad and the ones that are good. Get very clear terms. Use the very correct word that does not apply to both. Find that word, put that word on evil, and that's it. You can know evil. Evil's just identify evil is much easier than identifying good if you're having trouble with this. Evil is lower in intelligence than good. So that's why you can identify it and not know what is good. Never understand that fully, because what's most good is more intelligent than us. That's why you never need to worry about some kind of like evil genius coming up with some fucking plan we didn't expect and killing all the evil. Even the most fucking evil, even the most genius of all evil isn't going to be as smart as the fucking dumbest of the good. The simplest of the good, I should say. Because any good is at least somewhat intelligent if they know they are good. I'm talking about if they know they are good. It's not just a matter of like belief or faith. It's that they understand like the difference between good and evil, and they know they've made a choice to be good because they know that difference is. That's what I'm talking about. The most simple of us is going to be able to outsmart the most brilliant of one who knows the difference and chooses to be evil. Because they think they will accomplish something, but they're overlooking something very important. Oh man, while I'm more to say nothing. It's that concept of faith. Faith, yeah, just fucking, you can pause it, come back later, I guess. Maybe put on a fucking dang on. Oh, fucking audio book or something. Play it in your car while you're on the drive, driving to work, going through traffic. Fucking put the ponytail back in. Yeah, that's a little bit better, I think. What do you think? Honey, don't fix my hair. All right. God damn it, I'm more comfortable now. Oh, jeez. Oh, sorry. All right. Faith. They say when you're learning Christianity, you need to learn it with faith. That's the only way you're going to understand it. And that's not a trick or a trap, even though it might seem like one. It's because you need to understand it. Because it's kind of like if you're looking at my stuff, even though I don't identify as a Christian with, not anymore, now that I know the fullness of that concept. And my own beliefs, I've been able to define them as something new. That's why I identify as something different. I could possibly, if Christianity changed their difference or changed like their doctrine with something, a new word or something that was significant enough to make it acceptable for me, then then I could do so. But for right now, no, it's not acceptable. But if you're looking at my stuff, anyone should be able to accept that if they at least have skepticism, like as skeptical as you are, as if you at least want to understand. That's what it is. If you want to understand, no matter how skeptical you are, you could be the most biggest skeptic of all time, and now like most like suspicious of all things faith and mystical and like all that sort of mysterious stuff. He's talking about a mystery school. What is this? Is this snake oil salesman peddling? How much does he want? How much is he charging? He's charging something, isn't he? There's some kind of membership. Maybe I got to see this for myself. He's doing something. See, find out how he's cheating you, because you know he is somewhere. These snake oils, they're always doing something. It's always some fine print somewhere. As long as you want to understand, no matter how skeptical you are, you will be able to. But if you specifically don't want to understand, if you're reading it because you want to find if you want to find a way to like, okay, prove me fucking wrong, attack me, and like be like false and evil and like fucking yeah, just like try and like make an enemy out of me that I'm not, because I'm not an enemy to you. I'm not trying to do you any harm. I'm not trying to fucking do anything like that. If you then you're not going to make any progress if you're like that. And that's basically what it means when you need to have faith to understand Christianity. If you have even just a little bit of faith in me that I'm like a good person and I'm doing this to be helpful and it's possibly helpful, and it's like, and you want to understand how that is, even though you don't understand because it's mysterious and strange and it's kind of something you would expect like a crazy person on drugs to be saying, but that doesn't appear to be the case. Then yeah, you'll get it eventually. Some people really soon. Some people maybe will have to read a few of them and spend some time thinking, and maybe go on a drive next week and go into work and be like, "That's what he meant. Oh, it all makes sense now. I'm gonna fucking quit my job as soon as I get in. I gotta take some action, do something, because he's right. He's right. I cannot go a single more day now that I know what that is. I've got to go the other way, and no one's gonna hold it against me. Shoot. No one's going to try and fucking keep me there. I don't have to stay. Not for that reason. That's what it means to have faith. Basically, benefit of the doubt. There's another word they call that. You like, when you don't know something, you want to like lean in favor that they are on the good possibilities of what the doubt may be. But that's what you need if you're going to understand Christianity. You need to actually like try to understand. Have some belief that it's going to work out in the end. Not be like approaching it with hostility. Approach it as like, because and they're not going to be approaching you with hostility. They shouldn't be, at least. It should be like friendly, and that's nice, good, great, wonderful. Like that's an environment that is good to learn in. When they're when it's when you could talk openly without feeling like you need to like protect yourself and focus on defense or anything like that because you're not in any danger or anything like that. Then it's much easier to learn that way. But eventually, if you do that, if you're approaching it like that, you will be able to understand that mystery. That's what they say about that. That also applies to my work, though. But as long as you have like a little bit of faith in anything, something, whatever, faith in yourself. If as long as you have faith in yourself, or actually, fuck, I don't fucking know. I got fucking all confused. That was a total sidetrack. I just wanted to explain what that meant, why that's not a trap. The fucking having faith in Christianity, to understand it. If you're studying theology, you need to have faith to get it. But that's what that is. You don't have to become one. You don't have to become Christian. You don't have to like be baptized or like swear anything or like join their ranks or be one of them at all. But you have to believe. Your own way. And you will be able to see it their way. And if the Christian way is the same way that you see it, you'll be able to You'll be like, oh yeah, sure, that'd be a huge benefit if I joined that. But other times I might be like, it's not the same. I see what you're saying. I see why. But that's like for a whole lot of people, and I don't normally even fit in with most people in anything. So that's not going to work for me because faith is like totally integral into my identity. So I'm going to have to do something new. Okay, and that's what the way of the story is. So, um, yeah, if you are watching and you fucking know Taylor Swift or Emma Watson, you're gonna ring them, send them an email, start prodding them, push them up to my front door, and fucking watch them knock. Don't let them chicken out and run away because I think they did that once. Was that them? It was probably no one. It was probably something else. I don't know what that was. It sounded like some time ago there were like some girls like giggling outside my door and then they just like ran off. I was like, what the hell was that? Should I be worried? Like, don't let them do that if that was them. We'll become friends. Maybe. Probably. And all that fucking. Well, yeah, all that stuff you're doing. Like, you honestly, you're just fucking wasting your time and energy. There's better things to be doing than all that you're fucking trying to maintain some kind of fucking cloak of illusions. Like, seriously, there is nothing different. There's nothing that separates your class with my class. Not even if I was fucking only a commoner. If I was like a, if I, yeah, the one that I am, because I am in fact one of these peas ants. There's got to be one of the best ones because it's the one I got. So, yeah, even though I happen to be something else too, I still am one of these peas ants, and you can come down here and meet with me without needing to be worried about your $1 million turning into a bunch of fucking gummy worms. It's not going to. It's going to be fine. Chill, girls. Come over here and fucking stop acting weird and evil. Like what you're doing. You think that stuff is harmless? It's not. It's not harmless. You're actually causing a lot of harm. And the only reason you don't see it yet is because you haven't fucking seen the world yet. You haven't grown up yet. That's why you don't see it. You haven't seen outside of this, of where you've always been. Go outside of that for a minute and look at what it's like. Are they not going to let you back in? You shouldn't even fucking be there. Why? What the fuck are you being kept there against your will? You should be able to come and go as you please, shouldn't you? But that's why, though. You've always been in one of those places. That's why you don't see the kind of fucking harm y'all are doing. And they've always made sure to keep you in there. Why? Because probably every time someone leaves, they probably like, fucking hell no, I'm not gonna fucking help you people. Like you think you are in any way spared because you don't know the fucking evil that you're doing now? That was applicable back then. That is no longer applicable now. You should know better because that was spoken. Those words were recorded. Now you cannot use that excuse. You have to know better. All right, that's enough for now. I'm going to log off. Feel free to fucking download this and share it around or do whatever. If you think that'll help, at the very least, what the hell? You just got to sit on your computer, click a mouse. You really think that's fucking too much work to help out, save the world? Help me save the world? If you don't want to fucking be like, how do I enlist in yours? Can I fucking join your forces, Your Majesty? Is it okay if I call you Your Majesty? I don't know. You said you were like a fucking king or something, didn't you? Like, you don't have to call me Your Majesty. It's fine. But you know what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck not? Who the fuck are you to say that I'm not? You think you know me better than me? Do you think you know my fucking genealogy better than me? Do you think I would need genealogy to be that anyway? Fuckers, man. Seriously, what are you going to do? Do something, please. Every little bit helps. And thank you. Have a nice night. And till next time, Shumbasa.